Ooh.
Yo, 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 it's your boy DJ Boss Player checking in right now. Another edition of Boss Talk, real talk with real bosses. I'm here with a very special guest right now. Uh, he's an actor, he's a DJ, he's a party host, he's a podcast host. He even knows how to play the drums. Uh, Jack of all trades, future superstar, budding superstar right here. Got
Hey,
the homie Jeff Jackson Jr. in the house right now.
what up? What up? What
People
up?
family, what's going on?
What up? What up? I feel like at that moment you need the little applause. Like, applause. When
Well, we gonna work our way up to that. You know, we gonna get to the Tonight Show. We gonna have sound effects. It's
I
gonna
like it.
happen. Watch.
I like it. I like
Yeah, man. What's going on with you, man?
it.
What you been
Man,
up to these days, man?
nothing much, man. Grinding. The world is slightly opening back up, so I'm taking events that I can. People are starting to reschedule weddings, so I'm taking weddings that people are rescheduling, plus new weddings. So I'm just slowly taking the world as I can.
So, how has DJing been for you during the pandemic? We're a solid year deep in now. Pause. You know.
So for me, honestly, it wasn't as bad as others because I still have a full time job. So money wise, I was okay. But when the pandemic first started and everything's really shut down, I was going live on Facebook every Friday. Then I started doing like going live on Sundays to do a gospel set. So and from there, people started reaching out to me to do like Zoom parties, Zoom brunches, Zoom birthday parties. Um, what else? I did a I did someone's birthday Zoom brunch. I did a surprise birthday party for someone on Zoom. Um, so yeah, man, it was just different events of that. People had me going live. People asked me to go live on my Facebook for their personal party, and I was like, well, like everyone's gonna join, and they was like, yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna put you on the TV and just party. I was like, cool. I was like, all right, cool. So yeah,
Having fun, spreading love as a DJ should. I think that's our primary job
I agree with you.
is
100.
spreading joy. You
I
know what
agree.
I mean?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, like I remember my cousin asked me to do a couple events for him. Like I did my niece's first birthday party. So like
Okay,
the whole family was on Zoom. Somebody
right.
got somebody's Zoom account. They put the whole family on that
Maxed it out, huh?
There's like 100 Sierra Leoneans on the Zoom. And I was playing a bunch of Salone records, a bunch of Afrobeat, a bunch of
Right.
dancehall. And I got a really good response. And it's like, you really lifted a lot of people's spirits, because people were down, and
Yeah.
that was their first party moment for a lot
Yeah.
of them in a long time,
Right.
you know. So we still need gathering places um, while this is all going on,
Agreed.
because we're social.
Agreed.
I mean, what do you think about that? I had an argument with my friend. I was like, people just not go out, be responsible. Don't spread the virus. You can spread to someone else. We all should
Mhm.
be responsible and just stay in. And he's like, Thomas, you don't understand. What if you live in an apartment by yourself? You know what I mean? You've been in there for months.
Right.
Different people cope in different ways. And some people going to events is how they cope with life. And if
Right.
you take that away, it's not even worth living. So they have to go out.
I can
You know
see
what
that.
I mean? Or if you're cooped up in a house with like your wife and your kids,
Mhm.
and you got cabin fever and your head's about to explode, you need to blow off some steam. You can't just stay in the house. He's just like, you got a sweet boss. You're in that big house almost by yourself. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I
You're
mean,
cool.
I can definitely agree with that. I also think that that's pretty much like that's pretty much on upbringing because you got some people that's comfortable, 100% comfortable with just literally just being by themselves. But then you have other people who need to be around people. I mean, think about it. For some of us for a year, we just took we had a small glimpse of what someone in solitary confinement dealt with.
Yeah.
We just took a small glimpse into it. And I feel like, those guys that go in there for 1 to 7 years, like if they can do it and especially if they do it and they're innocent, like I can do it.
I agree with you. I'm on your side. Like, where you're capable as a human being of doing it. And the fact that you do get limited interactions, you go to the grocery store, you go to CVS,
Right.
you may even go to work, because I go to work. I do security, so I'm still at
Right.
work.
Right. You know,
So
I think the quarantine, the stay at home order, all that stuff. I think that just forced people to learn themselves, and a lot of people wasn't ready to learn themselves. So to them it was tough. It was hard because they were literally going through moments of learning themselves.
that's a good point too. I wish you was there for me, you and my friend, during this conversation, because you're making some really good points. And it's like I took it as an opportunity to do that.
Right.
I connected more with nature. I know the park like near my house by the back of my hand now.
Right.
You know, because I was going through for walks, breathing in the tree, you know, the air from the leaves,
Right.
you know, the flowers and all that. And I'm writing poetry when I have tough moments, just to sort out my feelings. I'm meditating, I'm praying, I'm reading the Bible more, you know, and it's like when you do that, when you connect with yourself, you can have that inner peace, because there should be no excuse, because I'm one of those guys who needed to be out partying all the time.
Right.
That was me. I was that guy.
Right.
Like, I was out every night of the week at one point.
Right. See, and that's the thing, right? People go through things in life, and they never have any time to deal with it because they make themselves busy so much. That's also why you have a lot of people like, oh, I hate being by myself, because when you're by yourself, that's when all your thoughts in your head start going around, start circling, start moving, and a lot of people can't handle the pressure of their own mind, of their own thoughts.
You're being very insightful right now. This is intuitive, because I think that may have been what's going on with this friend of mine, because he was a party animal. He partied so hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he went broke partying, lost his clearance and everything, going into debt from partying, you know,
Crazy.
And renting Lamborghinis and stuff like that. And it's too much. And it's like, you got to be able to take a step back and be okay with yourself. If you put Buddha in a cell the rest of his life, he's at peace.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because he's one with himself and the universe. He's in there meditating. He's traveling all over the world.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So as people, we've got to find a way to do that. And I think God really, it's almost like we had the surgical mask on. God was doing that surgery on ourselves.
I like
on
that.
the human. He was doing surgery on humanity.
I like it.
On our hearts and on our minds, to get us reset.
Yeah.
So what's really important, you know?
I like it. And I mean, and the sad thing about it is the people who couldn't handle the stresses, once things open up, they start doing such things as mass shootings or fighting people, and all this other type of stuff. So it's wild. Like I said, I've had my moment in life where I had to sit down and be by myself and learn myself and understand, just the way my brain works, to understand the way other people's brains work. So I've had my moments. So this quarantine for me, I ain't had no problem with it at all. Like, I was cool. I just physically had to tell myself, hey, you don't have anything to do on Friday or Saturday now. Because I was going from being busy to stop. And it's like, hey. And like I wake up like I got something to do. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, if I'm being true to my story, I'm just like you. Like, I was that guy where I needed to party every night of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And years ago, I had a moment. I had been through a situation. I got assaulted.
Mm-hmm.
I pressed charges. There was a trial. There were death threats being made against me. People were showing up at my work, my house, trying to get me not to testify.
Wow.
There was a lot going on. I had to consult my faith, my God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. I prayed on things, and it brought me to a new meditative place in my life where I just came to a better understanding. After everything resolved, I had come to a better understanding of myself and other people. And I recognized that partying just wasn't everything.
Right.
And I'd already arrived at that place. So and then I had a girlfriend. I had a serious girlfriend I was with for a year and a half. And I'd stop partying then too. I would really just go out to DJ and work, and that was it.
Right.
I didn't need to be out in the club like that.
Right.
So when this came around, I was able to stay home and be cool with that. And I reasoned to myself, look, if I'm going to socialize with women, and we know I can't do without women. I'm just not built that way. I'm not going to do without chicks this whole time. I'm going to at least be smart about it and reduce the risk and reduce the numbers and exposure to possible COVID. So I'm going to do online dating, which I did. I talk to a lot of girls on the app, and then you get them onto the phone, and you get them to the FaceTime.
Right.
Then you cut it down to that one girl you want to meet up with.
Right.
I'd meet up with her outside at the park. We could breathing room.
Mm-hmm.
We get to go know each other. Then after a couple more dates, maybe eating outside on a patio of a restaurant.
Right.
Then we can go get into each other's personal space.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not with in the club at Society Lounge on the rooftop, all of me bouncing around. Pass me the J. Yo, what's up? With no mask on, but pass me the hookah. Like, no, dog. I'm not with it. You know, but I'm not crazy like that. But I don't know how you feel about that,
man. I mean, I think this was just really a time for everyone to just stop. I think some people that I know took great advantage of this moment. I think other people missed the moment. And they're going to continue to go on in their lives trying to figure out what they're doing, what they want to do, where they want to go. Because in this moment of actually being able to, and let me take it back. I totally understand that a lot of people lost their jobs. I understand people were scared and all that, but I feel like, you know, if they were also able to read, a few of the stresses would have been off of their shoulders, because during that time, you know, a lot of companies was like, well, you don't have to pay your rent, or you don't have to pay this bill, like you could just push it on the back end. So, you know, I totally understand the stresses of life that happen, but I feel like, you know, this COVID time is a great time, still is great time to sit down and learn yourself.
Yeah, we're still in that place. You know, they started the vaccinations. My dad got his first shot.
Yep.
I know a couple people, I think, who got both shots or got the Johnson & Johnson shot, so they're good. I know a bunch of people who already got COVID and then they lived through it. I don't know anyone who died from COVID personally.
I know like 2 people.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, like 2 people.
Yeah, my condolences, bro.
They weren't like, I know them, like they weren't like close. I talk to them every day, but like if I was out, like, hey, what's up? I see you. So yeah, man, it's real. It's out here.
Yeah.
It's real.
Are you getting the vaccine?
Yeah, so I actually just got my first shot Monday. What's today? Wednesday? Monday. I got my first shot on Monday.
Okay. How did it feel? Were you good?
I'm good. I felt lazy yesterday, but I don't know if that was from the shot or two, if that was just me feeling.
Oh, you ate some good ribs.
Like, bro, like I just that's it. I haven't gone through anything else, but like I have a couple of my coworkers, a couple of my friends are like, man, they tore me up. Like I was knocked out. I was sleeping. I was doing all this. I kind of think that I may be asymptomatic only because my little sister caught COVID last year, and she's asymptomatic, so she was perfectly fine. Like she was running around like nothing happened. But like her mom and her sister, they caught it, and they was out for like 3-4 days. Like they was hurt. So I'm leaning on the side that I may be asymptomatic, or maybe I just have a good immune system. I don't know. But
I mean, if you got the shot, everyone I know who got the shot said they was good. You know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I know a couple people that got the shot, and they were like, "Ooh, I'm hurt." Like I'm like, okay, well.
I heard it's the second shot that takes you out, not the first.
I heard that too. But I heard that too. But I have a friend that the first one took him out. I said, damn, if the first one took you out, that second one, that second one gonna have you on.
Yeah, I'm pre-registered now, so hopefully I'm gonna find out either way. So
okay,
pre-registered to get it.
Hey man, go and get it, bro.
I wanted to always ask you about something because I've known you for a long time. I met you back when I was doing the Hip Hop Corner,
right,
at University of Maryland Studio. Shout out the whole Hip Hop Corner crew. There's too many niggas to list right now. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know who y'all are, but I love y'all forever. Right. I swear, I'm going to put this out there right now. If I ever blow up to huge status like DJ Khaled or something, I'm renting out a big island somewhere. It's going to be just Hip Hop Corner crew, and we going ham. You know what I mean? We probably going to be married with kids by then. You can bring the kids and the wife and bring everybody just to get an island.
Bring the whole family. Everybody. Come on, we live.
But yeah, you used to do that skit called Pause Man for us, which probably would have got us kicked off the air today.
It definitely would have got us.
The environment we're in now, Pause Man would have got us kicked off the air. But I always wanted to ask you about acting because I'm interested in that. I'm not saying I want to be an actor because I actually took acting classes for like a few months. Mm-hmm. and I realized I like movies.
Okay.
I like the final product.
Right.
It would be cool to be James Bond in a movie, like, oh, look at me being that cool on screen, you know.
Right.
But the actual process of acting, I don't like at all. Like,
Yeah.
literally, the actual premise of what it is
Yeah.
being someone else.
Yeah.
And I don't like pretending to be someone else. So it's like, how can you be an actor? You know, that's the whole point. You know what I mean?
The biggest thing,
Like, what is acting? Am I right about this?
yeah,
Like,
you're right. So the biggest thing I always tell people, there's a couple things I tell them. One, I tell people when they're acting, don't act, right? Because that's their very first thing. They may be like, "Oh man, I can't believe I see that big old bush over there," and I'd be like, "So if you normally said it by yourself, how would you say it? Oh man, I can't believe I see that bush over there. So why don't you say your line like that instead of be like, oh man, I can't believe I see that? But like it's like so stop acting. Two, I tell people to be a great actor, you have to be vulnerable. You really have to be. You literally have to be vulnerable, comfortable enough with going into dark places in your mind, or comfortable enough with going to things that you may have hid away in your head, and you're like, oh, I'm never bringing that back up. To bring up the emotion that may need to be brought. There's a couple things that I tell people. There's a couple exercises like the things I call is like emotional redirection. So
yeah,
like, say if you have to cry in a scene because I don't know your uncle got shot, right? Well, say if your uncle's never been shot, you can't get there. But say that you have like a dog that you really care for, and every time you think about your dog getting shot or your dog dying, you cry. So you just think about your dog to cry, but then you say the lines of whatever lines it is about your brother. So you just
I knew
replace
they
your
was
brother.
doing that. I knew y'all niggas was doing that shit.
Yeah.
You gotta find whatever it is to bring out that emotion.
Yep. Yep. Some people literally got to pause and they got to go in the corner and they just like sit there and just get this very somber moment and then they cry and then okay, I'm ready. Some people I know some people listen to gospel music and like they'll just listen to a very emotional gospel song and they'll cry. Me, I kind of just need to go in the corner for a second, clear my mind out, put something in my mind that's gonna make me cry, and then I can be in that space. But I
Because
haven't
the way
done
it
it.
looks in movies, it's like right on cue. That tear just comes out right here. You
But
know
the
what I
cool,
mean?
but the thing about movies is you got movie magic. So right before they cry, there's also this stuff called I forgot what it's called. It's like a pin, and they just roll it under here. They rub the stuff under here. It feels like icy hot. So they just rub it under here, and then your eyes start watering.
No, they cheating. No,
Oh, let me tell you something.
these niggas cheating. I thought these niggas was gangsters with it.
There's so many tricks around the joint. You can do that. You can do the rubbing under the eye. You can do that. You can literally do the eye drop. There's like eye drops. There's I forgot the name of it, but it's like extra. The sound may sound weird. It's like extra wet eye drop that makes your like eyes right. I
That
know it sounds
half
weird.
eye drop.
Right. That makes you stupid. That makes your that makes your eye like real juicy. Um, yeah, man. And then you got some people that just have some real weird ways of making themselves cry. You be like I know one person used to like smush their hand in their eye, and then their eye get water. I was like, nah, bruh. Nah. No, that's
Just be on the set like, hold on, dog. I'm almost ready, dog. I'm
right.
almost
You be
ready,
like, okay. Well, I guess y'all call action when y'all ready, because this is weird.
So, what is fun about acting for you? What gets you going? Like, what's the fun part?
The funnest part about acting for me, okay, when I was younger, the funnest part was being able to play different people. I loved it. Like I can literally be different people. Like that was so much fun.
Yeah,
And challenging, right?
yeah.
Because not only playing male parts, oh, I can play a female part and see if I can master this and be good enough to make people laugh at it. That's fun. I can play a doctor or I can play a police officer. Like I can also play things that I might have want to been in life, but I never got the opportunity. But heck, to play it in for 2 months. Cool, I played this part. Now I'm done. Um, but as I get older, what really fulfills me is the behind the scenes stuff. You know, being able to teach newer people that's coming to the game. You know, about cameras, about where to stand it on stage, about how to project your voice, different cues of how to learn your lines, and the different ups and downs about acting.
Okay. What's your favorite role you've ever played?
I played in one of August Wilson. A lady around here did an August Wilson play. She redid an August Wilson play. It was called The Piano Lesson, and I played the lead character. The play is pretty much about a family in Mississippi. The my character's dad's my character's dad had died. When he died, he had left my character with money. My character wanted to go back and buy the plantation that his family was working on, and pretty much just bring it back to the family. The family didn't really want him to do that, and he was trying to sell all these different artifacts that they had in the house that were worth a lot of money
Yeah.
to him. So it was like greed for a good reason, and I loved it because that was the most challenging play I've ever done. The play was like 132 pages.
Wow.
So I was in every scene except for like one or two. So yeah, it was very
Memorize a lot of lines, had to be really focused and everything.
And it was, and the crazy thing, I think another reason why I pat myself on the back, because during that time, I was extremely busy with DJing. Like I had because it was during the summer. I had like weddings after weddings, and then I had trips. It was so much I had going on, so I had to literally do all that stuff, plus study my lines, plus go to rehearsal. So it was a lot of confusion, but for the preparation. But once we got there to get to the preparation, like it was a phenomenal place. So that's hands down one of my favorite roles I've ever played.
Oh, that sounds great, man. I wish I could have seen that, man. Why didn't you tell me you was doing that, man?
I don't know why. I don't know what happened because B-Man came. I don't know why.
I would have pulled up, dog. Would have brought a shorty with me, man. You know, watch the play.
I don't know why. I don't know what.
I would have been in the balcony with them binocular jumps.
You stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Like can't really see the actors.
Oh, splendid.
Oh, look at him, the little Negro boy. He's funny. Come on, bro.
Okay, look. Who is the best actor today? Who you think? Not Denzel, but aside from Denzel, like who's the best actor out right now? I got my answer. I'm gonna let you say yours first. And obviously Chadwick Boseman passed away. We would put him in there, but
so is it a list or you want like one?
You can give me a list. Just give me a bunch right. you like.
I can't think of the dude's name, but the white dude that plays in Blacklist.
Blacklist. Like the head kid, the lead character?
Yeah. The dude that plays Reddington.
I don't watch that show like that, but I've seen like 2 shows of that joint. But.
He's a beast. Like hands down a beast. Okay, we got him. Who else?
Name a black guy.
The dude from Star Wars. The black dude.
Star Wars, the lead guy.
Yeah, not the black British guy from Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars. I was thinking Star Trek. Yeah, I can't remember his name either right now.
Yeah, he's good. He's good too.
Let me look him up.
I forgot. Like his name's right down to my tongue, but yeah, him. There is someone else because I always be trying to be ready for this, but there's someone else that I was like, man, he's a great actor, but I can't think of who it is. I think I just really like actors that can really play a very mischievous role and really sell that role. That like to when you're done watching, you're like, bro, I don't like this person. Like
Don Boyega, that's the black guy from Star Wars.
Yeah, him. But yeah, man, I really like people that can.
All right, let me give you a few.
Okay, go ahead.
Lakeith Stanfield is my favorite right now, hands down.
Okay, he's good.
You know the guy from Judas and the Black Messiah?
Yeah.
The snitch nigga.
Yeah.
But he's also in a few other independent movies I've seen, and he always kills it. Like he's always, you don't think he's acting when you look at him. Like
I saw the one,
and he's always playing a jerk, but he plays it so well.
Yeah. Who else you got?
Idris Elba.
Okay.
He's in this movie. I mean, we all know all the major movies he's in, a lot of major movies. But this show on Netflix called Turn Up Charlie, I think I told you about that.
Yeah.
Where he's playing a DJ, because a lot of people don't know Idris Elba started his career as a DJ.
Right.
And I'm biased towards Idris Elba because he's from the same two countries I'm from, Ghana and Sierra Leone. So, but the one about him being a DJ is like crazy. Like it's a great show. You know.
What Up Charlie, right?
Turn Up Charlie. Yeah.
Turn Up Charlie.
Yeah. So who else is really good? I like the guy who's in all those movies with Will Ferrell is randomly a dope actor that gets no credit, I feel like.
What dude?
The dude from Talladega Nights and
Will
Dewey
Ferrell?
Cox.
Will Ferrell? Not Will Ferrell.
Not Will Ferrell, the other guy.
I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about that.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. Turn Up.
I like him. Keanu Reeves is one of my favorites. One of the guys, what is the name of that? The guy from No Country for Old Men, Josh Brolin.
I've heard Josh Brolin. Man, you got me looking these people up.
Yeah, John C. Reilly is the guy that's always playing with Will Ferrell.
Okay.
He was also in that King Kong movie, you know, Skull Island.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, Josh Brolin he's always playing some really hellified dude, like some really hardcore alpha male, like boss, like cowboy or CIA agent or something like that.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. You know what? I also like how you say his name? Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I like him too. Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson is good. I'm gonna see if I can find the dude's name from Blacklist.
And Javier Bardem, he was also in No Country for Old Men. That's one of my favorite movies. He was the assassin in that movie, where he went to the gas station, and the guy was getting on his nerves, so he told him to flip the coin. And then he's like, "Why should I flip the coin?" He said, "Just flip it." He's like, "Wait, does you gotta tell me what I'm flipping for?" And he's like, "Flip the coin." and the dude was like, and he flipped it. He's like, "Your lucky day, sir." It was the other way around. That was it. I was like, that's one of the best random scenes in a movie I've ever seen.
So the dude's name is James Spader.
Okay.
James Spader. He is a dog. He is a cold beast. James Spader is a cold beast.
Okay. Yeah. I randomly like also the guy from Law and Order Criminal Intent.
Okay.
Something D'Onofrio.
I know you're talking about. I forgot his first name, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Jason Mitchell.
Mitchell. D'Onofrio, that's his name. Jason Mitchell, you said? Let me look him up.
Jason Mitchell's the dude that played Eazy-E. He also played in The Chi, the show The Chi.
He was in King Kong Skull Island too.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
A couple of guys from Compton, straight out of Compton, were in the Skull Island.
Bro, he is hands down probably one of my favorite actors right now. Like, I knew there was someone I forgot. Him, Jason Mitchell, is probably hands down one of my favorite actors right now. He's like the way that he's able to tap into his own emotion and just act, and you can tell that a lot of times he's not trying hard to act. He's just acting.
Yeah.
It's just
he killed that Eazy-E role, dog. I thought that was Eazy-E, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, bro. I watched that movie, right? I was so mad at the dude that played Dr. Dre's role, because that scene where Dr. Dre got the call that his brother had died, and Jason Mitchell cried harder than he did, and that was Dr. Dre. I was like, bro, like, that's your brother. How do you not? I was so
he
mad.
Did okay though. He was the other one that was in the Skull Island movie.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
And he's from the DMV, but he needs to stop.
He's from the DMV.
Yeah, DMV. He's from the DMV. But
hey, bro, Straight Outta Compton is in my top 10 movies of all time.
Really? Okay.
Because as a DJ, I've led a wild life. Like, people wouldn't even know, because I'm low profile and I only got 1,000 followers.
Right.
I've done some rock star shit in my life, and it's like I can relate to a lot of the scenes in that movie.
Right.
It was crazy. It was like watching a lot of my life in a movie. It's like, what's next? You know what I mean? I got to keep doing it. I got to keep graduating with these niggas. Like, I got to film more scenes from this movie. You're like, let's go.
So I got to keep graduating.
But yeah, give me some of your favorite movies before we switch to music or something like that.
Four Brothers.
Okay, definitely. And you look-key just became my man's for that.
Four Brothers that is my movie, bro.
Yo, we tight for that now. You like my homie now. We was always homies, but now you like my homie. Like, now for real. Like, that's what's
up. For some awkward reason, Drumline.
That's a good one too.
Bro, I watch it every time it comes on, like I've never seen it before. Drumline 2 is kind of whack, but that's a different story.
Yeah, nobody cares about Drumline 2.
All of the Fridays. All the Fridays. I like all the Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Man, there's so many movies I just can't. Inception. Inception is a great movie too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Inception's a great movie too.
Coming to America, of course.
Oh yeah, of course. So like, of course, like all the classics, right? Coming to America.
But how do you feel about the second one, though?
You know what? I enjoyed it for what it was. I really didn't have like no high expectations. I really didn't know where they could go. Now the guy that played the main part, he probably could have did a little bit better.
They probably should have got a different actor, I think.
Yeah,
and he's got someone else.
And he's from the DMV too. This is crazy.
Hey. Damn, man.
Right.
I feel like it's better DMV actors like Jet. You could have been into that joke and done a better job.
I said. Now, and I wonder. Now this is the thing. This is what I will say. I wonder if they wanted him to act cheesy, for a better lack of words, or was that him? Because if that was him, I would have said put a different direction on it. But if they made him act that way, then I can totally understand.
He reminded me a lot of DC Young Fly in that joint.
Right. It was just like over the top comedy.
I felt like they should have went someone with a little bit more it factor, like, you know.
I agree.
A different aesthetic, you know.
Right.
Like he didn't look the part. He didn't look the part.
Right now, and like I don't feel like they should have had a bigger name. I just maybe feel like he should have played it differently, or they should have had someone else. But I mean, he's from the DMV, so we got to support.
Whole time I was like, why did they not get this cat DNA tested? He looks nothing like Prince Akeem or King Akeem. And
then like his bush, like he had the bush, and then he went from the bush to the cornrows. I was like, whoever made that up, they need to be slapped too.
Like they said, she was rolling. She was out with different guys every night. He looked nothing like Prince Akeem. Like
I said the same thing. Well, they said. What was the person? The person was the shaman, right? Is it the old person?
The shaman said it was him. You can't trust no shaman, don't ever trust an African shaman.
So look at it's funny you say that, because I put it up as a status where I was like, I think Prince Akeem should have got a DNA test. Someone else shared it, and on their status, the one dude was like, yeah, but like Westerns don't know nothing about shamans. Like, if the shaman come out there and said that you know that pretty much that's what it is, like you're supposed to believe him. And I was just like, yeah, but there's also reality, and you got DNA tests. So
I mean, it depends on who you're dealing with. Like, if you're dealing with somebody from the village, they might believe the medicine man, but they still might not be your freaking child.
Right.
Like, that's universal to everywhere in the world. Right. Women having babies by other dudes. Like, right. That's a human thing.
Right.
That's not. No culture is exempt from that.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, know, it is what it is. How do you feel about the movie Gladiator? That's my favorite movie of all time.
So I'm not really one of those type of movie fans. Like
300, Troy, Gladiator.
Yeah,
I love all those movies. Those are all in my top 10, probably.
Yeah. I now I did watch the show The 100. It was on Netflix. It was on WB. That's a great show. That's
I've never seen that one.
It has like the futuristic feel with like the real feel. Like it was. I really enjoyed it. It has like 12 seasons or something like that, and I think I watched every single one.
All right, what's your favorite gangster flick?
Ooh, Probably this is a classic Boys in the Hood. I think.
Okay.
Oh no, oh what's the other one that Denzel Washington when he played
Training Day.
Frank Lucas.
Oh, American Gangster.
So American Gangster, and then have you ever seen Kingdom Street? I think it's called Kingdom Street,
I don't know.
the cops were like corrupted cops, and they was going around busting up in people's houses and taking their money and taking their drugs and all that stuff. And
I never
then,
saw that one. Sounds epic though.
bruh, it's a good movie because in the end they think they're pretty much that they're busting up bad guys, but in the end, it's actually the chief of police that's actually has all these different little uh, drug domains around the way, and these people are just the police are finding the chief of police's drug domains, and he's trying to kill them for it's a great movie. I think
That
it's called
sounds awesome.
I, I think it's called Kingdom Street. It's kind of like Training Day, but newer and
Is that on Netflix, you think, or anything like that?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I will have to look it up. I don't know.
I will. My favorite gangster flick is Paid in Full, and then maybe like Menace to Society. But these are like low key date questions, no homo.
Right.
So we might as well switch the topic to like dating and relationships.
Okay. Let's do it.
I know you're gonna have a panel tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
About black men in America, I think,
Yes.
or something like that. Speak on that real quick, first of all.
So tomorrow on my Facebook page, Jeff Jackson Jr., I'm having a panel of black men that I just reached out to. I'm having a guy that's a former police officer. I'm having a dude that's he's like a minister in church. I have this other guy that wants to jump on too. I may reach out to him. I'm having you on there. And it's like two or three other guys. And literally, I just want to create a space for black men to talk because lately with this podcast, I've been doing all of hearing a bunch of black women like, oh, black men don't do this and black men don't do that. And I don't know what a good black man at. And I don't want to find, I can't find no black man. Da, 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 da. I'm just like, bruh. I'm like, bruh, like y'all keep talking about what you can't find, but who are you talking to? Like, I want to be able to bring black men that all these black women say, "Oh, I can't find them," and be like, "Okay, well, they're here. So now what? Now what? They're here in front of your face. Some are single, some are not. Majority of them that I reached out to are married. So like, again, I got the older guys for the old school side. I got us for the middle age, and then I have my little cousin. He wants to jump in. He's like 20. He's like 20 something. So I'm just trying to make sure I reach everybody.
I think we got to just do away with all that talk in general. This the niggas ain't shit attitude got to go.
I agree.
And the disrespecting black women thing got to go. They both got to go.
I agree.
Like they're both wrong.
I agree.
Because there's good black men and good black women out there. Basically.
I agree with you. I think the biggest issue that I've seen with people with dating is they date someone and they may be in a toxic situation or they may just be in a bad situation. And after they got the situation, they don't allow themselves to heal. And then they just go to the next person. And they're like, oh, well, you're not giving me what I want. And it's like, bruh, you didn't heal from the last person. Yeah. So I think the biggest issue is people don't take that time to heal in between. And then all they continue to say is, "Oh, I'm not happy in this relationship," or they say, "Oh, I can't find a good man." Well, that's because you keep jumping. Or I even hear men say, "I can't find a good woman." You keep jumping into relationships. Like, spend some time with yourself. What do you like? What's your favorite color? Because
people got to spend time with themselves and get to know themselves and really just turn everything off. Turn off the TV. Turn off the music, and meditate and pray.
Right.
And go for walks. You let those thoughts churn in your head and you'll come to some revelations.
Agreed.
About yourself and other people.
I agree. I agree with
you. So it's like people are blaming they're projecting all this stuff on other people. I get on a dating app, I meet 5 good women within a day.
Right.
They're all solid. And then it's like, which one do you want, Thomas?
Pick.
It's like I don't see what niggas is complaining about. There's plenty of good women out here. Black women. I only date black women, by the way.
Between that, I pretty much me too. I have messed with other races,
Yeah, me too.
Went out to
I've
eat.
gambled.
But
Yeah.
I've never seriously dated another race. I don't know how. I don't have nothing against it. I just don't know how that would be taken in a family in my family setting. I don't know how that would be taken. But but yeah, man. Another thing we were talking about was, you know, a lot of women are trying to look for certain men, but they're not looking in the right places. Like so, of course the staple is, oh well, I want to find me a six figure man. I want to find me a six figure man.
It's
Well,
always six figures, not
right,
seven. You don't even want seven. They don't want five. They don't want eight. They want six.
six. But then the question is like, do you line up to what a six figure man wants? Like, do you line up to help that man sustain six figures? Like, are you what do you make? Like, what do you bring to the table?
And also, like, he's the first thing he's going to be thinking if he's successful is she going to make me more successful by adding her to my team?
Correct. Or
So, are you that type of woman who's going
right,
to enhance his brand and his business or whatever he
right,
does to give him good feedback and advice?
right.
Or are you going to be a drain? Are you going to go shopping and take all his money?
Exactly. Agreed. And you know, I was talking to my boys the other day because you know, all of us have high clearances, and you know, we all make pretty decent money. So we was talking, and even we have to move differently when dating certain women because we could date a woman and she could do something crazy and get us in trouble, and literally we lose everything.
Yeah.
Or we can be going through, or we can go through a reinvestigation, and just because we're dealing with her in that moment, we have to write her down on the list if this is someone that we're dealing with, and say she got a reckless background that could hurt us. So you know, there's a lot you got to deal with. There's a lot you have to think about when dealing with certain type of women.
Yeah, it's a very important decision. You can't take it lightly. Like even with your friend circle, my dad used to always tell me growing up in high school, you get to that age where you could go to jail.
Right,
He's like, watch who you hang around. You hang around the
right,
wrong crowd, you're going to jail just for being in the car.
right, right. Just being in the car looking stupid.
It's the same thing with your girlfriend or your wife. Like
Hmm.
if they're a bad influence, they're going to take you down with them.
Right, I agree. I
So
agree.
you got to be careful. To me, it's important that she's Christian too. She's got a good relationship with God,
I
and
agree.
she's prayerful. She wants me to go to church. We're paying our tithes together. You know what I mean? We're trying to really do it the right way.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do believe in the evenly yoked thing. I also believe that's another reason why a lot of people have issues because they go out here trying to find people and they are accepting things that doesn't make them evenly yoked. Like
Yeah.
you know, if you're someone that goes to church and you like church and all this other type of stuff, and you date someone that doesn't like church or two, like my thing, you don't have to like church, but if you don't like believe in God and all that stuff, it's like, well, this is about to be hard for us to do because when I have issues, I'm gonna want to pray about it. You're just gonna be like, man, why are you praying? That ain't working. So like, yeah, people,
It's just not going to work.
not at all. But some people like, nah, you just gotta make it work. You just gotta talk. I feel like,
No. If I believe in God and you don't, like, if you're a real like person who puts God at the center of everything,
right.
you cannot be in a relationship with someone who doesn't do the same.
I agree.
It'll never work.
I agree. I feel like this generation is a mixed generation of every of everyone that I get in contact with. I'm going to try whatever. Like I'm going to try to make it work, even if it's not the right person. But they're also a mixture of, oh well, you're not giving me what I want, so I'm gone. It's like, but again, I can say that about our generation because I don't know how the other generations were before us.
Yeah, we might got to stop working by a checklist. If you got a checklist, keep it small. Be open minded is the key.
I agree. I agree. Being open minded is 100% the key.
Right, and really get to know that person. Ask questions. Have those conversations. Don't just be like, "Oh, you look good. I look good. Let's have sex now." Like,
Well,
don't do that.
that's the thing, right? A lot of people don't know how to have conversations. I know plenty of guys that sit back and say, "Oh man, you know, I was talking to this girl and she pretty much said that everything we talked about was surface level. We never got deep into it." The woman would say this about the guy, but I'm like, if you are a conversationalist, you should know how to get into that deep part of the conversation without saying, "Oh, you don't ever want to talk about anything deep." Like, why do I have to be the one to bring up something deep all the time? I may bring up something deep here and there, but if that's something you want to talk about, like, it's something that you want to talk about, so bring it up. Like, stop being scared. Bring it up. Bring it up. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, have a conversation. If you need to add drinks to the equation,
get drunk and talk about outer space. Like, do that.
Have a glass of wine and then start conversating.
Right. That's it.
I'm having a beer right now.
Right. That's all you do. Get drunk and talk trash.
Yeah. Before we're almost out of time. I got about 15 minutes left. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this nigga. I think you know who I'm talking about right now.
Who you talking about? Quavo?
Come on, guess who I'm talking about right now. We gotta talk about this fool who dominated the headlines earlier in the week.
Quavo?
Not Quavo. We can talk about him too.
No, hold on.
Jackson.
Oh, Derek Jackson. Oh. I forgot, bro. I honestly, I have these first couple of this whole week. I've actually been watching the whole Derek Chauvin case, so I forgot. I totally forgot about Derek Jackson. That dude, man. There are a lot of guys like this out there, and I always try to warn people about them. There are a bunch of guys that will male bash men to make themselves seem better. But low key, while they're doing that, like low key while they're doing that, all the women are like, oh my God, you're like so perfect, and all they doing is playing games.
And they're worse than the niggas they're bashing.
30 times worse than us. 30 times.
We knew these niggas in high school. This was the nigga when you was talking to a girl after you leave by her locker. He coming up to her. You know, I saw him around the way with Michelle the other day, right?
Right. Or you know, it's like a whole group of guys like, man, you know, you guys really need to find you one girl, settle down, and, you know, just start getting serious. You know, start thinking about a family and all that. But like, do you have a girlfriend?
16.
Right. Like, do you have a girlfriend? Yeah, I got a girlfriend. Okay, cool. And then low key, I still like her over there too. So you're talking to your girlfriend and her, like, man, go sit down somewhere, bro.
Yeah, dog. Just hypocritical. It's actually people in general. There's those people who put people down to lift themselves up. Man, woman, whoever, in whatever context. There's that type of person who I hate this. This might be my least favorite type of person.
I feel the same way.
Where they need to put other people down to lift themselves up.
I feel the same way. So on Facebook, I asked one question one time. I said, men. This was just a general question for everybody. I was like, men. I was like, men. Why do men have issues being vulnerable with women? One dude answered and was like, well, that's because men have this false set of masculinity, and they're blinded about this, and they think that if they share their feelings, they're pretty much they'll look soft. Men need to learn how to deal with their problems and tap in. I was like, what? Why are you bashing?
Why put it in that context though? Like,
right, exactly, 100%. And it's funny because so many dudes I know was like, bruh, who is that? And why is he talking like that? I was like, nah, that's just him. That's just how he talks. And I was sitting back like, nah, like, I understand what you're trying to say, but that's not the way you say it.
Don't blame it on men, though.
Exactly.
We're all products of the same system.
Same shit.
So, like, if you really want to know why men don't want to open up, one, we've all had that chick, and when you do open up, 2 days later, you get in the argument. It's like, well, that's why you wash your own booty hole, isn't it?
You be like, see, I ain't gonna tell you nothing else, man. You ain't get nothing else. But I mean, but also, I've been telling women a lot lately, like, women like, well, how come men don't do this? Or how come men don't do that? I said, well, you have to help to provide the environment that he feels safe and comfortable enough to do it in.
Yeah.
You can't be out here reckless, like he hear you gossiping every time you get on the phone, and then on the back end you like, well, why you don't ever share that with me? Because you talk to Tina every day you get off work and y'all gossip all day long. He don't want his business all out there in the street. I would never do that. Like, bruh, people don't think that other people pay attention to what they do.
Yeah, people do, and it's like there's no reason. Like, it's exactly what you said. If there's no safe environment, it's not going to happen. And it's also part of it is the fact that we've been conditioned to not share our emotions as men. But if you know that, your response is then to bash us for it?
Exactly.
Well, why would not your response be to be more kind and say, no, it's okay, you can talk to me.
And help provide a comfortable space for me to feel comfortable enough to trust you to do it. And then and also in providing that space, you're also going to open up that space for a man to really love you. And we all know that once a man really loves a woman and a woman really loves a man back, like things are great. Like things are gonna be firecrackers and strawberries. I don't know where strawberries came from, but
Firecrackers and strawberries.
but yeah,
Yeah. That's all real talk, man. I was checking out the news, some clips in the Derek Chauvin case. A lot of witnesses crying on the stand.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. That one nigga who told him about the $20 bill probably feels terrible at this point.
Oh, bruh. It was
the way
he's
like the rest of his life, bruh.
It's wild because I'm watching that joint, right? And there's a couple things I'm thinking. One, I'm thinking like literally if the dude would not have and the thing about it is he didn't even know how to properly check whether the $20 was fake or not.
Yeah.
Like, because they asked him, they was like, well, have you been taught how to check? He said, no, I honestly don't know what I was looking for. I felt like it was counterfeit because of the shade of the dollar, of the $20. One that was wild to me, right? So pretty much, but the thing about it is when he came back in the store after going back out there the second time, he told the store owner like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll just take the $20 out of my check. The store manager was like, nah, call the cops. Now, the store manager isn't black. I feel like if black people are able to get into the black community and provide stores like that, I feel like this situation probably would not have escalated to where it did.
It wouldn't have it all. White people love calling the police are white people's henchmen.
Right.
They're the police are goons for white people.
Right. And so they said the George Floyd's friend went in there using fake $20 bills, and pretty much they was like, hey, bro, this is fake. Now they said and I believe the friend said it too. They pretty much gave the $20 to Floyd and try to have to George Floyd and try to have him go in there and use it, and he didn't know that it was fake. And they was kind of like, come on, bro, like your man just tried to use this joint as fake, but he didn't know, so that's when he left out. But I mean, but if you think about this without knowing the story, if someone hand you $20, you don't check it, it's a friend.
Yeah, you wouldn't. How would you know?
Exactly. You go in the store, you pay for something. The person come out and be like, hey man, the money fake. And you be like, nah, like that money, what are you talking about? Like, ain't no money fake. Like, you all are just bothering me, because I'm pretty sure like every store in the hood, you always got the person that's just bothering people just to bother you. So it's probably like, you're just bothering me. Like leave me alone. And then, from there, brother, that just watching the video multiple times really just,
so now we should add that. I remember I saw this one graphic that was like so chilling to me on Instagram one time, where it's listed all the different reasons black people have gotten killed, or for sleep. Like they had Breonna Taylor sleeping, George Floyd counterfeit 20, like this person for this, Alden Sterling fake cigarettes, like all killed for all these different reasons. And you know what I mean?
And people's always answer is, well, if you just comply, it won't happen.
It's not worth it. It doesn't warrant a death sentence.
My thing is, George Floyd kept saying he was scared. He said he was claustrophobic. Regardless of whether you thought he was high or not, he's a human being. You should have stopped doing what you're doing and talked to him. What's wrong? I'm claustrophobic. Okay, so what can we do now that can allow you to get in this vehicle and allow me to feel safe so we can get this thing moving? That's all it takes. See, but you have people that are power hungry. And they're like, nah, you're gonna listen to me when I say something. I say do this, you do it now. That's the part that just bothers me.
You gotta understand too about these police officers. A lot of these niggas are niggas that just need a job. Like they never even wanted to be cops.
Agreed.
They just couldn't find work.
Agreed.
And the police force was hiring.
Agreed.
And they went through this little weak ass training that they say was not even real training. And then he throw these guys out on the street and they don't know what they're doing and they're just acting like thugs. They're worse than the thugs.
The other issue is, and this is something that we brought up when I was talking so last year during COVID and during the Black Lives Matter thing, we had a little meeting with the Montgomery County Police and some black people around there and around the way, and they want to do it again soon, which I'm really for. But one thing I was saying to them is, I said they go out and because no one in this area qualifies or wants to be a cop in this area, they go and find people from, let's just say, uh, Hanover, Pennsylvania, or they go find someone from like Winchester, West Virginia, and they come over to Montgomery County to become cops. Those two areas probably have a percentage of like 5 to 10% of black people.
Yeah.
Maryland, Montgomery County, wherever you want to say within the metropolitan area of DC. I mean the suburban area of DC has way more percentage of black and Spanish people than that. So you're going to bring these people that never have dealt with these people at all, don't know anything about the culture, don't know anything about just what black people do. Black people, someone come around and someone start running, black people might just run. That's just what black people do. We just gonna run. But you have someone to come in there and they're like, oh no, you're acting very suspicious. Or someone, or the same thing George Floyd said. Oh, I'm scared I'm scared, officer, because this is how I got shot last time. Like, that's true stuff. Okay, well, he's telling me this, so whether he's telling me the truth or not, I have to be able to pause and be like, okay, well, there may be some truth in this. Let me see what I can do to help this situation be calm. And I feel like after that, if things don't calm down, of course, then bam, from there, escalate. But to escalate off rip, like, nah, man, it's dumb.
Yeah. Let me say this. There's cops out there that do their job. It's just like any profession. And there's cops out there that don't. And they, beyond not doing their job, they commit crimes while at work, and they're evil.
Agreed.
And the problem we're having is they're not punishing the cops that are evil and committing crimes.
Agreed.
Anybody else, when all of us commit crimes at work,
right,
and we go to jail,
right,
we get punished.
Right.
These guys are literally committing murders and then going home.
Yeah. Well, a bunch of states are passing laws to stop the police immunity. So if you do a crime, you gotta go to jail for it, or you got to go to court for it. Colorado did that. I think Ohio did that, and some other states are starting to do it too. And right now, they're actually trying to get it pushed in the federal side of the house to get police out of that, because all the police got to say is, I was doing my job. 1, 2, I feared for my job. 3, I learned this in my training. Like, it just takes a couple words and they're scot free. So yeah, man, I really do hope those things. I really hope this case helps change policing in America, which I doubt that it will do. But
you think he's gonna get convicted?
Huh?
You think he's gonna get convicted?
I think so. After watching the video over and over again, hearing the witnesses, hearing all the other stuff. I mean, even his plea isn't really saying that he didn't do it. His plea is saying that his defense is saying that that George Floyd didn't die from the knee on the neck, that George Floyd died from taking drugs or some type of substance before. So he's not really on trial for the knee on the neck. And everyone on the other side said, well, the knee on the neck is what caused him to die. That's what it boils down to. So
that's trying to get him off on a technicality.
Right. So that's why he pled not guilty to all 3 of those charges, because he's saying, well, I didn't prevent this death. This death was going to happen because of the stuff that he had in him.
They're hoping the racist people on the jury will hold out and use that technicality to set him free.
Yeah, because they have 8 white people and six other. 4 are black, and the 3 identify as mixed race.
Yeah, they're hoping, just like they always do, they're hoping that those white people, the racist white people, will hold out, and so they can't get a conviction, they can't get a guilty verdict. They'll use that. Well, look, I mean, it was clearly the drugs. Look, we saw the expert witness. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm not changing my verdict.
Right. But I don't think I don't think that's gonna happen. I really don't think that's gonna happen. I think, and the reason why I don't think it's gonna happen is because it's too long. It's way too long.
Yeah. But the thing is, if somebody wants to do that, they can. So it really only takes one of them.
Yeah, but all 12 have to agree. So they'll be in there deliberating all day,
Yeah.
all day long.
I mean, my prediction is based on past histories that this dude's gonna get off because they damn near always do.
Yeah, but
do you understand the magnitude of the riots that will take place around the country
this joint
if
going
this dude gets off?
This joint gonna be an uproar. They're gonna flip everything.
And I honestly think for the first time, this guy's life might be in jeopardy. They might kill this dude afterwards.
100%. I agree with you. Off. So I feel like if they don't put him down for first degree murder, because they probably can't do first degree murder, because with first degree murder you have to prove the intent to want to kill, that they can definitely get him on third degree murder and the manslaughter. I can definitely see those two sticking. First degree murder, nah, because they can't prove that his intent was to kill. Even though any man that looks in another man's eye and moves your foot around a little bit just to stick your knee into someone, but the intent had to be premeditated. That's what it is. It's premeditated.
I couldn't even watch the whole video. It was too much. There's 9 minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes and 42 seconds.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess we're gonna have to end the show on that note, bro. Thanks a lot for coming on. Is there anything you want to promote real quick before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Yeah, just tomorrow, every Thursday, I do a show. It's called We Talking on my Facebook, Jeff Jackson Jr. One day, once the panel shows me some more consistency, we'll go bigger. But until then, we're gonna be on my Facebook, Jeff Jackson Jr. Come watch me, the homie boss player. We talking, man. We're talking about black males in America, man. Just everything we got to go through. We're giving ourselves a voice.
Hey, we appreciate the platform, man, and thanks a lot for coming on. Where can they follow you on social media?
So everything on social media is my name, Jeff Jackson Jr. It's going to be the Jeff Jackson _JR or Jeff Jackson Jr. all together, or Jeff Jackson Jr. But it's Jeff Jackson Jr. on everything.
All right, follow me everywhere at DJ Boss Player. Check out my DJ website, djbossplayer.com, and make sure you check out my blog with poetry and a lot of other content at bossreview.blog. It's been another edition of Boss Talk. We'll see y'all again next week. Same time, same place. We out of here. Peace.